5 p.m., 11 to be precise, on the 4th day of the 8th month in 2025, the very first Monday in the month of August, the month before the Ember months, the 8th of 12 months. How else do I describe this month? Well, it is what it is. It's very likely someone's birthday today. No, not very likely. It's definitely someone's birthday. And well, I'm hoping that so far so good, you're excited to be in this month. Well, the conversation reserved for this hour is about Nigeria's, do I say biggest selling point? Politics. Once again, politics. And this time, the opposition parties have a thing or two to say. Not opposition to the ruling party, but this time, the APC is the opposition for this conversation. Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate, Peter Obi, has come under fire from the All Progressives Congress and a faction of his party after reaffirming his vow to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. While the Abure-led leadership of the LP dismissed the vow as political theatrics, the rival caretaker faction led by Senator Nenadi Usman endorsed the commitment, citing Obi's record of principled leadership. The APC, however, described Obi's promise as insincere and a ploy to woo voters. So Peter Obi had said, I'll do just one term. In one term, I can achieve the things that I promise. APC says, oh, come on, Obi, what's wrong with you? Why are you lying? You just want to use that to woo voters. The of his own part says it's political theatrics. You see, Peter Obi, a theatre arts student, an excellent one, so he's acting. Nigeria is his stage. Do not believe him. Now, away from that, all the way in Anambra, the governor of that state, Chukwuma Soludo, said any politician seeking for only one term needs psychiatric evaluation. I'll take that again. Any politician that is seeking only one term needs psychiatric evaluation. Now, this statement was in the middle of a longer statement he was making. You see, because on social media, we're very good at picking out the one part and quoting out of context. He started by talking about Anambra politicians who were against his re-election. Right? The governor said this during the Anambra South endorsement rally. He was talking about those in Anambra that were against his re-election, said there's no need. We're all doing second term. Then he now extended the courtesy to all politicians. So he started in Anambra and took it outside to the whole world. That's Anambra to the world. Said anyone at all, any, that tells you he wants only one term, when the Constitution allows multiple terms, that person needs evaluation. I did not say, so let's hear directly from him.
Some of them want to come to lie to us. How can anybody with brain, you think you are talking to fools? You come to people and say, I will do only one term. Anybody, any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home.
Okay, you heard the man. He didn't say any politician in Anambra, any politician in Nigeria. He said any. When he said this, of course, people were quick to point in the direction of Peter Obi, who is the latest person who made this statement. He did not mention Obi's name, but people helped him to fill in the blank space. Now, I would insert myself into this conversation because the man said, His Excellency, Chukwuma Soludo, governor of Anambra State, said any politician. So I'm taking it outside Nigeria. Your Excellency, Soludo, sir. Nelson Mandela of South Africa was president from 1994 to 1999 in South Africa. He served one term and he chose not to run for a second. It's not as if he contested and he lost. No. On his own, by himself, his own volition, say, I know they do again. And the entire country, this is not ancient history, it's just 99. Mandela, have fun, now run this package. He said no. The country was literally begging him. He said he needed to encourage peaceful democratic transition leadership renewal, and one of the other things he said is that his age. In fact, it was good for whoever came after him, because me and you know, say, that person would have not won. Mandela was fresh out of prison. So the country literally felt that that presidency was his birthright. The way that they are shouting structure today, that's how I'm sure people felt it was his structure. But he refused. Now I brought this up because Soludo say any politician. Mandela is no longer with us. If not, we would have recommended. I have a few friends in South Africa say, take Mandela to the nearest available psychiatric facility. We have one here in River State on Psychiatric Road. It is so prominent that the road was named after the facility. If South Africa does not have it, we have it. You first have to deal with a lot of traffic before you get there. But when he gets there, the solution to his problem will be discovered. But Mandela has gone to avoid going to that facility. Another person, James K. Polk, the 11th president of the United States of America. Unfortunately, when he was president, none of us listening to this show were alive, because he was president in 1845 to 1849. This one is not even that after he decided to come down. From the beginning of his campaign, he said, I will do one term. He made a promise before he got in. He became president, achieved his key goal, which was westward expansion, and gingerly stepped down. Again, it's not like he contested and lost. He said, I promised one term, I'm done with the one term, I've achieved what I wanted, and he stepped down. So, I have pointed two politicians. Unfortunately, they are not here with us today. If not, they would have joined me in the studio. That said, I will do one term and have left. So, Soludo, how do we run this package now? Do we recommend that the family members of these people, since they might still be alive, help them go for that psychological evaluation?
Some of them want to come to lie to us. How can anybody with brain, you think you are talking to fools? You come to people and say, I will do only one term. Any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home.
Okay. But it's important to come back to Nigeria. We have touched US, touched South Africa. Let's come back. Former President Muhammadu Buhari also promised one term. Yes, he did. Remember that Buhari had run more times than he should have and had even given up until they claimed some people went to him to say, come back, you can do it. You have it in you, the you in you, the lion that is within you. Acquire to how they say it, acquire to perspire. And he said, okay, let me just try. And then he won in 2015. But before he won in 2015, in February 2011, prior to winning the election, Buhari told Sunday Trust, now I'm quoting sources so that if you want to find out yourself, you have something to work with, that he plans to serve only one term. In his words, I'm not getting any younger. If I succeed and do one term, I'll be 73 years old by then. He identified security and power infrastructure as his top priorities. I say, let me just enter first. Now, unfortunately, Buhari did not win the 2011 election. Right? He didn't. But when he won in 2015, people held him to what he said earlier. Then his spokesperson, Adeshina, said the statement of Buhari about one term was a misquote. That, he was quoted out of context. He said that promise was made before he won and it had become irrelevant because this was a different election cycle. Now, my question is, did his age not matter anymore? Because the reason he gave in 2011 is that he will be much older by the time he's done with that term if he had won that election. Now, he won the election the next 4 years. Did his age suddenly reduce? And why this is relevant is because the APC is also the party that is saying that Obi does not know what he's saying. Meanwhile, somebody who won an election, presidential, under the broom of the APC, also campaigned with one term. So, what do we make of this? Should we refuse to believe politicians? Should we? Okay. I'm looking for a grammatical way to ask this question. Should we take fresh promises for every election cycle? For example, now, I don't think anybody has broken Atiku's record because he will still contest this one, hopefully. So, do we expect a fresh Atiku with every... So, if Atiku says something, the last one, it didn't work. This new one, should we say, okay, Atiku, we have forgotten everything you said. Let's have a new Atiku. Is that how we should approach it? Or should we expect that politicians be consistent? I don't know if I asked the question well. No, Sam, you didn't phrase it well. You know what? Understand whatever you think I just said. To even try again, it might be harder than what I'm trying to break down. So my question for you is, and I think I'll take one call before the break, is a one-term pledge a sign of political maturity or just a clever campaign trick because Obi has promised that's what he will do? Secondly, would you be more likely to vote for a candidate who promises to serve only one term? If I wake up tomorrow and say I want to be your governor or maybe even president, I say, don't worry, I'll just do 4 years. Will you be willing to vote for me simply because I made that promise? Now, the Jagaban of hard facts, the man that literally went to management and said, let Sam be doing hard facts, Kalada Koru Batubo, the man of the people.
I did one term.
No. Nice one. I'm doing one term too. You're coming back to the show. You go hear them. So, would you be willing to trust a politician who claims he just wants to do one term?
It's a difficult one. You know, I was listening to you not too long ago.
That's the plan.
You were trying to do a bit of history, right?
Yes, sir. Very important.
And you know, I'm reminded of Goodluck Jonathan's time as president.
He lost. He doesn't qualify.
No. But my point is, according to the political permutations at the time, it was said that the North, you know, we have
rotation.
The zoning, the North had agreed that he would do a one term after filling in for, the late President Yaradua.
But did he agree?
He did not agree.
Okay.
So I think there's this thing with power where a politician says, there's a certain politician who says he would not want to be a minister. I could go on and
what
on.
What politician is that, sir?
I'm not. It's not on your show.
I don't get the context. I don't even understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying sometimes these politicians say...
No, sir, that's politician that don't want to be a minister.
I've moved past that
sir,
one.
No, this is hard facts.
It's almost
What
time.
politician is that?
I sat on that seat.
You can come and have it back, sir. Please go ahead, don't mind me.
But the point I'm trying to make is that... these politicians will say a thing.
Yeah.
And due to, I don't really blame them. I'm not saying it from a negative point of view, but due to the political journey that they are on, sometimes, Obi could go there and say, oh man,
the work is plenty. The work is plenty. 4 years cannot do this work. Nigerians, please remember, the promise is to fix Nigeria. If we must do it, we must do it right. Okay, so you've heard the man of the people. He says the realities of power are very different from what people observe from outside. So maybe when you get there, you might see something different. But then, shouldn't we take people at their word? Should we not trust people? After the break, we talk. Stay with us. Sam Oracle Chinedu here. We're talking about the promise of a single term. Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has come under fire from the APC and a faction of his own party after his vow to serve only one term if elected president in 2027. Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, said any politician seeking one term needs psychiatric evaluation if, of course, the Constitution provides for an extra term. I played his voice earlier. So I'm asking important questions, or maybe I should just play it again very quickly before I take those calls.
Some of them want to come to lie to us. How can anybody with brain, you think you are talking to fools? You come to people and say, I will do only one term. Any politician who said that must be sent to a psychiatric home.
All right, so my question is a one-term pledge a sign of political maturity or a clever campaign trick just to get in? And would you be more likely to vote for a candidate who promises to serve only one term? 0817-923-0002. I'm repeating the question so that you understand exactly what you're answering. 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 080-903-06. 416. We're live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nigeria Info PH. You can watch, listen, and engage. Please turn off your radio as you call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Rako.
Good evening. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chimadik. I'm calling from Kumbukuta.
All right.
Mr. Rako, for the mere hearing of my voice, you should understand my own stance on this issue.
Why?
Because I was one of the very first person that said that it is a joke. And it is still a joke. That you will come and tell us that you can rule Nigeria for a single tenure. Now, you said it's an illustration of leaders all across the world. The issue is that it's through a partner. What is it? Out of 100%, it's still a partner. Now, the thing is Mr. Oracle, who is not to tell about the security of people, if not his brothers. There are some people putting money to
All right, Chima, I'm so sorry. I hope you can listen via the radio. I couldn't hear you at some point. The network was not clear, the reception rather. So call back if you can so we can make out what you're saying. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Samuel Onyoko.
All right, Samuel, please go ahead.
Okay, the question. First of all, the Constitution says that it is one term of 4 years.
That's right.
However, you are entitled to recontest. So there's nothing wrong in somebody saying, I will contest for one tenure. If I win, after that, I will leave the office. And it depends on who is also saying that. We look at the character of someone who is saying, I will go for one tenure. So coming from somebody like P2B, I think looking at his activities in the past, you can put that trust with him, okay?
Okay.
So it depends on the person who is pledging that. So all politicians are not the same. Actually, they are not the same. We have differences. We have seen people who said they won't be minister, they won't be this, they won't be that. But when that time comes, you see them hold it with 3 hands, not even 2 hands. So for me, there's nothing wrong with that. What we should be looking at is the character of the individual who is telling us he wants a one-time tenure. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Clinton calls from Bori. Hello, Clinton. Good evening.
Good evening, Samorako.
Good evening.
Yes, we are Nigerians, and Nigerians are very sentimental and emotional people. We are easily moved by what we hear. This same Peter Obi once promised an Nigerian that he was never going to leave the Africa. And he left the Africa. What assurance is he giving to Nigerians that he will never contest a second time, knowing that he is not limited by any law not to recontest? I would say that this single-term promise is not that it's committed to serve Nigerians, but a desire to soften the position and also to capture the public sentiment. It is a mere political theatrics. Now, let's come back to this. Peter Obi is desperate to be president, so to say. And I believe that if he presents this one-time tenure to Nigerians, they might easily be swayed. But again, listen to this. Can he be able to make Nigeria functional in 4 years? We keep on repeating this topic over and over again. But I don't think so. Nigeria is a very complex nation.
Clinton.
With vast diversity.
Clinton.
So I think that him coming out to do this.
Hello, Clinton.
I'm with you. Yes.
What is your definition of functional?
Functional.
Yeah.
Now, Nigeria have different sectors
Okay.
of rotten foundation. Rotten foundation. So, is it trying to tell us that it's going to lay the foundation and roof the building immediately?
No, you've not answered the question. I asked you what is your definition. You're asking another question. You said, can he make...
The functionality I'm talking about is all the aspects of government.
Okay.
Operating optimally. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Because you have to lay a foundation before you have to roof the building.
Clinton,
So you cannot tell us Nigerians that you will do that in 4 years.
I'm not speaking for or against Peter Obi, but a serious leader can restore order in 6 months to 1 year. If you are serious.
In what microcosm? In what area? In what is it in the country like Nigeria?
In whatever area, a person who hits the ground running and means well, you would see the kind of changes that lead to progress in 6 months to 1 year, if you are serious.
Let me remind you, Sam.
And there are examples.
He was going to remove fuel subsidy.
What?
President Tinubu removed fuel subsidy. What was the backlash like? It was serious. Nigerians felt the pain because they felt that it was something that is necessary. But still took that both that all of them agreed to take. Man, assuming that he was the president, is it telling us now that that person wouldn't have removed it because Nigerians were crying? So we must be truthful to ourselves. Because we cannot do this in 4 years.
All right. Thank you very much,
you.
Clinton. Origi calls from Ogbogu. Good evening.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
When we were small, we used to play one play. Somebody will hide the other side and say he's at the other side. At the end of the day, you find him in a different place.
Okay.
That is what the politicians are. Obi can never make Nigeria well in one tenor is not correct. Let us speak truth to ourselves. You know, in Nigeria, politicians doesn't tell us truth. Campaign promises has never come to pass. They never do it as they promise. They only want to be there. Obi want to be there. Do you know during the time of Awolowo, he said if they give him opportunity to even be one-day president. This is Obi himself now. He has come up to say he will be 1 year, one tenor, which he will not even get. Let nobody mind all these politicians. The only good thing there is, I have said it, if you are part of the case, the government is good. If you are not part of it, the government is bad. Thank you very much. But to say that politicians will make it better, well, they will only make it better if at the end of the day they give you your own, you take. That is when you say it's better. But to say everybody will clap and one day say government is good is not correct. It has never happened since 1930-something that government has started to go on strike and all the rest. If it has been very okay like that, why has there been very strike every time? From 1930, if you read our books, you will know that Nigeria has not been fixed. So if you now people come to fix Nigeria, please let us talk what is reasonable. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Let's see. I wanted to quote something, but I'll just let that slide. Okay, let's quickly take a few messages. Peter Obi is 110% right, but he would do better than past presidents who did 2 terms. Alex Otti has transformed Abia State under 2.5 years. If Nigeria can be destroyed under 2 years, why can't Obi transform it under 4 years? Malachi from Port Harcourt. Malachi, I assure you, it took longer to get Nigeria to where it is. The one-time pledge by Peter Obi is a sign of political maturity, respect for federal character and the political arrangement of North and South, which the South has 4 years from 27 to 31. He knows the North will take their turn from 2031, and Nigerians and the North will not allow him to go beyond 2031. The APC will disagree because they have never kept any of their promises, hence the reason Nigerians are suffering. For Soludo, he's saying that to have support from President and APC on his second term because attacking Obi attracts favor from Tinubu. Soludo is a disappointment. Best in Port Harcourt says. God's will, Rumudara, very quickly, please.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please confirm you can hear me clearly.
Yes, very clearly, loud and clear.
Okay. You know, the truth is that our thinking in Nigeria, we still have a long way to go as far with the populace. And I'm not speaking about anybody in particular. What did the Constitution say? You will contest, and you have 4 years. That is what the Constitution says. It is now whether the people vote you again and if you contest for second term. So, 2 tenure elections, because it has become a tradition, it's not even what you should be speaking about. You are coming to contest for a tenure. If after a tenure, and we have very good electoral system, the populace should be the one to decide whether they should vote you again. And to say, the main question should rather be, can somebody do something in 4 years? And I emphatically say you can do it even in 6 months. Doing something is not changing Nigeria to become Dubai overnight. That's one thing we don't understand. In 6 months, a serious president can strengthen our institutions in 6 months. And I can give an example. You can effect very strong, clean electoral reform in 6 months. That's one big issue we have in this country. That has denied us dividend of democracy, where we don't have the power to vote in people, which is a real dividend of democracy. In 6 months, you can put a process that will begin to checkmate the kind of corruption we have in our system. That does not mean in 4 years you would have solved the problem. Then you would have created our structures that will now define the tone for governance going forward. And so if a man says, I just need 4 years, he is not speaking what should not be said. He is saying what actually it is. That's what it should be. If you are now revoted for another 4 years, it's a completely different thing.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes, so my point is, I will agree. And I accept whoever should say that. But my own concern mainly is, what's your agenda? Simple. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, God's will. I'm down to seconds. Any politician that failed to fix most of Nigeria's problems within 4 years, even if he rules for 100 years, cannot bring any change. How long will it take? How long did it take Yar'Adua to fix most of our problems? Jackson from Iba is asking, good evening, Sam. I'm disappointed that Soludo can make that kind of statement. It's, however, not surprising. He has undergone character metamorphosis from the technocrat he used to be to the bread and butter political profiteer crop of political class we have in Nigeria. Okay, this is as much as I can take. I have a program coming up now, and that will take us to the top of the hour. We have the major news coming up at 6. After that, it's open season. Please stay with us.
With information comes power.
We give you more.